Jawbone is a film that owes its existence to Johnny Harris, who made such an impact in London to Brighton. He's had many sort of second string roles. He was seen recently in Monsters Dark Continent. Here, he is the producer, the writer, and the star. He plays Jimmy McCabe, who is a former boxer, a sort of washed-up boxer, who is on the ropes. When we first meet him, we meet him walking along, I think it's the South Bank in London. He is stumbling, he is drunk, he falls asleep in a sort of fairly squalid home in front of videos of boyhood triumphs. He lives in his mother's flat, from which his mother is now gone. His life has fallen into disarray, and he is in danger of being evicted because the block of flats is going to be knocked down. He goes to the benefits office, where he loses his temper and finds himself having his collar felt by the police after he causes a ruckus. Clearly, his life is in total chaos, and he needs something to get him back on track, to refocus him, to help him back into life. And he walks into a gym, and the gym is run by Ray Winston, and a single look from Ray Winston tells us almost everything we need to know about the backstory of this character. It literally tells us so much. Ray Winston looks at him when he comes in, and you go, okay, I understand the history. I understand what's going on here. He basically says, look, I want to train. And Winston says, okay. And then later on, in sort of very sort of gruff conversations, he says, okay, I will let you here, but no drink, no talking to people about unlicensed matches. If you're here under my rules. And it's all very, very simple. It's completely the opposite of what's happening in Alien Covenant in terms of that, look, don't tell. However, he has monetary worries. And the next thing you know, he's going to Ian McShane saying, look, I need a fight.
There is a show being put on the end of next month up north, friends of mine. And they've got this kid. I won't lie to you, Jimmy. He's a bit warm, and he's a big lad. How do you feel about giving the weight away?
That's fine. Yeah, I'll take it, Joe. I'll take it.
He's dangerous, this kid. He hurts people, and that's what they're paying the money for. They want to see him hurt people, but they want somebody in with him who can mix it up. They want their money's worth. So yeah. I think I can get you your money. I tell them I've got an ex-ABA champion with me who's looking for a fight. Jimmy, you were one of the bravest kids I ever saw. The thing I don't know is what kind of nick you're in now. So if you take this, it's on your back. Whatever happens up there, you are on your own.
Yeah, I know.
And you're up for it, yeah?
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Right. I'll make the phone call.
Thanks, Joe.
Now, it's true that what follows doesn't have a load of surprises. What it does have is a load of heart and quite a lot of heft. You believe in this central character's travails. You believe that his life has fallen apart. You believe that he is struggling with former glory, with having his life having fallen into disrepair, with he's fighting against addiction, and he's fighting against alcoholism, and he's fighting, internal demons. And you believe all of this, and you don't believe it because it's explained to you. You don't believe it because people have I'm sorry, but it's necessary to say
You're still talking
this.
about Alien.
Well, I'm still talking about the way in which what cinema should do, as I said, is show, don't tell. Most importantly, you believe in the burden under which he is struggling and his fight, his need to drag himself out of that burden. Yes, this is a boxing movie. What I know about boxing would not fill the back of a postage stamp. I've never been to a boxing match. Everything I know about it, I know only through the movies, through, Raging Bull and Rocky and all the rest of those things. So, but to me, as somebody who knows nothing about boxing, it had the smack of authenticity. It seemed to be real. It seemed to be rooted in a kind of reality that I appreciated and understood and was drawn in by. Ray Winston is terrific as the guy who owns the gym and who, as I said before, says so much with that look. Michael Smiley is equally impressive as the guy who ends up having to stand in this man's corner. And again, so much of what is going on between them is to do with looks, is to do with the way in which they confront each other, the way in which they say things and don't say things. The whole thing is filmed, I have to say, by Tapp Ratcliffe in a way which is really, really impressive. It puts you right. I mean, I know that technology has changed an awful lot. If you look at, for example, documentaries in which Martin Scorsese talks about what they had to do in order to film those boxing sequences in Raging Bull, I mean, technology has moved on a lot, but I really felt that what happened with the camera here was that it put you in the ring. It put you on the receiving end of punches. It put you right in the middle of that grappling and that struggle. Music by Paul Weller, incidentally. So having gone into this thinking, I'm not a person who's a boxing fan or a particular fan of boxing movies, I was really surprised by how much of a punch it packed and how much it actually managed to draw me in and to make me really, really care about these characters and absolutely think that that I believed in their lives, I believed in their circumstances, I believed in their travails, I believed in the way in which they were telling this story. I thought it was actually surprisingly affecting.